Hi, I'm Dave, the host and creator of Dopey, the podcast on drugs, addiction, and dumb shit. Everyone has been saying I should start making YouTube videos, so I figured I'd start with something I know nothing about, the daily reflections. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, but I know it's gonna be great. Trust me.
Good morning, Dopey. The oxy's the flow. Your favorite podcast. Now a YouTube show. Good morning.
Good morning, Dopey. There's only a tiny drop of water left in my Good Morning Dopey cup. And we're talking about spirituality on Good Morning Dopey, the daily reflections, deep dive into the daily reflections, which is all about some form of spirituality. I am a spiritual novice, we will say, and I'm trying to make sense of the daily reflections. My name is Dave. Like the channel, subscribe, hit the bell, all that YouTube stuff. All right? We are reading the daily reflections. If any of you guys are into the daily reflections, please leave a comment. If you think that we're idiots or I'm an idiot in particular, leave a comment. Participate in this thing. We're trying to have a good time. And again, I'm a drug addict in recovery. I never read the daily reflections, but people seem to get a lot out of it. So I'm trying to see what I can get out of it and what I can understand from reading it as I read it to you guys. So thank you for allowing me to be in your life. The God in me reflects the God in you. Is that what it is? Namaste. What is namaste? I think I've Googled this before on the show and I just don't remember. It hasn't stuck. I'm going to Google namaste real quick. Oh, I think it's the light in me reflects the light in you, but I want to get that in my head. Namaste means Namaste, Long Island. What does namaste mean? I bow to you. That's what namaste means? That doesn't sound right. Here we go. Wow, it doesn't mean what I thought it meant. Namaste, sometimes spoken as namaskar and namaskaram, is a Hindu custom non-contact form of respectfully greeting and honoring the opposite person or group, used at any time of day. Today it is found on the Nepal and Indian subcontinent. Interesting. I bow to the divine in you. Namaste. All right, here we go. And we are on November 24th, a universal search. Be quick to see where religious people are right. Make use of what they offer. This is some religious shit right here. I do not claim to have all the answers in spiritual matters, any more than I claim to have all the answers about alcoholism. There are others who are also engaged in a spiritual search. If I keep an open mind about what others have to say, I have much to gain. My sobriety is greatly enriched and my practice of the 11th step more fruitful. When I use both the literature and practices of my Judeo-Christian tradition and the resources of other religions, thus I receive support from many sources in staying away from the first drink. Now, this is where it all comes home. This is the chickens coming home to roost. Because basically, I was raised Jewish without God. Like, my parents didn't like God, but for some reason I had to go to Hebrew school. Who knows why? They hated God, but I had to go to Hebrew school. And I had to be bar mitzvahed, and when I said I didn't want to be bar mitzvahed, my mother said, it's not your bar mitzvah, it's my bar mitzvah, because she wanted to have a party. So me to reflect on any sort of religious teaching I had, the only teaching I got in Hebrew school is that Israeli tanks were better than the other tanks around the Middle East. Like, the Israeli tank is worth like 10 Jordanian tanks or 12 Saudi tanks or whatever. And I learned about, and I'm not trying to bash Israel or anything on my YouTube channel. I think Israel's great, the land of milk and honey, yada, 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 free Palestine. I believe both things. I'm a man of many beliefs. Anyway, my point is, I didn't learn about God in Hebrew school. I don't know many Jews that got to learn about God. And when I went to my friend invited me to his confirmation class when he was going to get confirmed Catholic. And they just told him that the Jews killed Jesus like your friend. And they pointed at me. So like when I think about religion, it doesn't really connect to spirituality for me. But if it does for you, that is great. I remember when I was very high on drugs, and I had an internship at the International Center of Photography, and I would walk from there to my parents' house every day, and I'd walk through the park, and I would sit with this woman, and she said her name was Saharaki, and she sold these kinds of namaste-esque books, like these books of Eastern teachings, of spiritual practices. And she said that she was a universal person in love. And that was, and when she meant in love, she meant in love with the universe. And I thought that was very beautiful, and that spoke to me, and that kind of spirituality speaks to me, which is why I can stomach any part of these daily reflections. So the universal search can be whatever it is for you. I am a universal person in love as well. Namaste, Dopey Nation. Stay strong, and fucking toodles for Chris.